Hello and welcome to our live news update. I am Olugbenga George. The headlines. Lawan pressures Tinubu to reject Akpabio as Asari Dokubo backs Southeast for Senate leadership. Buhari government boasts of supporting states with 2 trillion naira bailout. In foreign news, Macron faces Labour Day protest as pension reform anger festers. In sport, Nigeria's Rivers knocked out by Young Africans of Tanzania in Confederation Cup. And in entertainment, Tiwa Savage to perform at historic King Charles' coronation ceremony.
This is Alive TV.
Now the news in detail. The Senate President Ahmed Lawan has emerged as the latest stumbling block to the emergence of a former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Godswill Akpabio, as the president of the Senate of the 10th Assembly. A group of senators, led by the outgoing president of the Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, has persuaded the president-elect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to withdraw his initial support for the former minority leader of the Senate. According to leadership, Lawan, who spoke on behalf of the group, told Tinubu that his endorsement would not only translate into victory for Akpabio in the state. It was gathered that the senators told Tinubu and members of his inner circle who were present at the meeting that Akpabio would be difficult to market for the coveted seat in the Senate. A source at the meeting said that in what appeared like a subtle threat, Lawan told the president-elect that another senator, nominated by a group of senators, would be better off. Meanwhile, former Niger Delta militant Mujahid Asari Dokubo has opined that the All Progressives Congress should zone the 10th Senate presidency to the southeast. In a live video feed on his Facebook page over the weekend, Dokubo urged the ruling party to consider the southeast region for the Senate president in its zoning formula for principal officers in the 10th Senate. He stated that it would be politically correct to zone the Senate presidency to southeast as it would mend wounds and ensure togetherness, thereby creating unity in the polity. The freedom fighter cautioned that Tinubu might be set up to fail if southeast is not recognized and may spell doom for his administration. Dokubo also stated that the Senate president's position in the 10th National Assembly should not be zoned to the South-South region because the zone will occupy a lot of ministerial positions and the biggest is the oil ministry. Away to other stories, the presidency has said that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari bailed out state government with more than 2 trillion naira. This was disclosed in a statement on Sunday by the president's special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina. The presidential aide stated that the bailout packages were part of the Buhari-led administration's achievements in different sectors spanning his 8 years of rule. Adesina stated that the bailout was to enable the state governors to meet their salary and pension obligations, especially in the face of dwindling oil revenues. The report said that the packages to state governments included 614 billion naira budget support facility, $5.4 billion Paris Club refund, 700 billion naira infrastructure loans and refunds, and a reduction in debt servicing burden amounting to 575.5 billion naira. According to the report, about 3 trillion naira had been mobilized or committed through Executive Order 7 for road projects across all 6 geopolitical zones by Dangote Group, MTN, BUA, NLNG, and NNPC Limited. The order, issued by President Buhari on January 25, 2019, allowed companies willing and able to spend their own funds on constructing critical roads to recover their construction costs by paying reduced taxes over a period of time and in a transparent manner. Now to foreign stories. French President Emmanuel Macron faced nationwide protests today on Labour Day as he struggles to turn the page on a deeply unpopular increase in the retirement age that has unleashed a wave of social unrest. Macron's popularity has plunged to near record lows hit during the Yellow Vest crisis after he stared down trade unions and multi-sector strikes and lifted the retirement age by 2 years to 64. The move crystallized anger against the president, perceived by many as indifferent to their daily hardships, and Macron has been met by boos, pot-banging and heckles as he confronts citizens on walkabouts. Unions hope more than 1 million people will march through towns and cities on Monday. Laurent Berger, head of the reform-minded CFDT trade union, said Macron's government was deaf to the demands of one of the most powerful social movements in decades. Even so, he said on Sunday that did not mean an end to talks with the government. Macron says the reform is needed to keep one of the industrialized world's most generous pension systems in the black. French pension payments as a share of pre-retirement earnings are comfortably higher than elsewhere, and the Frenchman typically spends longer in retirement than those in other OECD nations. Now to sports stories. Young Africans of Tanzania eliminated Rivers United from the 2022 to 2023 CAF Confederation Cup in the quarter-final stage on Sunday, after beating the reigning Nigerian Professional Football League champions 2-0 in Uyo. The Young Africans played 0-0 with the Nigerian team in the second leg in Dar es Salaam on April 30. Since Rivers United could not make up for the 2 goals deficit from this first leg, their journey in the Continental Club competition has ended in the quarter-final stage. Recall that Fiston Mayele, a striker from the Congo, scored twice in Uyo the previous week to give the Tanzanians a lead going in the rematch. Ahead of the second leg clash, Rivers United claimed that 5 of their first-team players were out with different forms of sickness on Saturday night after a harmful chemical was allegedly sprayed on their official team bus in Dar es Salaam. Now that they are out of the Continental Club competition, Rivers United will focus on their domestic competition, where they have 3 league games in hand and a crucial matchup against Eyimba in the Federation Cup round of 64. Meanwhile, Marumo Gallants will face Young Africans in the semi-finals of the Confederation Cup after defeating Pyramids of Egypt 2-1 in the quarter-finals. In the first leg, Marumo Gallants and Pyramids played 1-1 in Egypt, while the second leg, Marumo Gallants prevailed 1-0. Now to the entertainment scene. Nigerian female sensational singer Tiwa Savage has been billed to perform at the historical coronation ceremony of King Charles III on May 7, 2023. The king will officially be crowned on Saturday, May 6, and a coronation concert and coronation big lunch will also take place on Sunday. Buckingham Palace, in a statement released on Sunday, April 30, disclosed that Tiwa Savage will join other notable celebrities across the globe, such as Paloma Faith, Steve Winwood, Olly Murs, and DJ Pete Tong, who will play his favorite Ibiza classics. The concert will showcase world-renowned pianist Lang Lang and Lucy, the recent winner of the piano competition. The festive celebration, which would last 3 days, is being held in honor of King Charles, who ascended to the throne after the passing of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, last year. The festivities will also include several notable events, such as a concert featuring famous celebrities at Windsor Castle, a series of street parties that will take place throughout the country, and a voluntary campaign called The Big Help Out. And that's all on News Update. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day.